A very good afternoon. You're watching the Big Lunch Hour with me, Akshita. And first up, pro-Canada organizations have decided to organize a 12-hour bandh on July 31st. The Bengaluru city bandh is to protest the growing number of rapes in the city. However, essential services including supply of milk as well as medical services will not be disrupted. A procession has been planned from Town Hall to the Chief Minister's residence, where the protesters will submit a memorandum to the Chief Minister. We understand that about 30 organizations have come together for this particular bandh, so it is expected to be a largely successful one. The question is, will private entities also go ahead and join this particular bandh? It has been scheduled from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on July 31st. Probably the only facilities that will be allowed to operate smoothly are milk supply and various other basic necessities besides that, of course. And Vatal Nagaraj is the one who has gone ahead and called for this particular bandh, but he too has joined hands with several other groups to go ahead and announce this particular bandh. We have to keep in mind that this is with regards to the increasing crimes against women and children. This has been in the offing for quite a bit, and keeping in mind that it is a sensitive issue that the entire city has risen over, it looks like it will be a largely successful bandh. They've also planned a march from Town Hall to the Chief Minister's residence, post which they will submit a memorandum calling for action to the Chief Minister. And it seems like all the protests and uproar was not enough to wake up the government and cops from their deep slumber. The high-handedness of the Bengaluru police stands exposed yet again as they allegedly helped the Vibgyor school chairman secure bail. While everyone was congratulating the police for arresting Rustam Kerawala, the very same day he walked out on bail. And the Bengaluru police reportedly had a big role to play in it. M.N. Reddy, the new city police commissioner, announced at a media conference that the chairman of the school had been booked under stringent, non-bailable sections of the law.
ಸಣ್ಣ ಮಗು ಮೇಲೆ ಅತ್ಯಾಚಾರ ನಡೆದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆರೋಪ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ 14ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ವರ್ತೂರ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಠಾಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮೂದಿಸಲಾಗಿದ್ದು ಈ ಗುನ್ನೆಯ ತನಿಖೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದ್ದು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಬ್ಗ್ಯೋರ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥರು ರುಸ್ತಮ್ ಕೇರವಾಲಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲವು ಆರೋಪಗಳಿದ್ದು ಅವರನ್ನು ನಾವು ದಸ್ತಗಿರಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅವರನ್ನ ದಮನ್ ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರಿದ್ದ ಒಂದು ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ದಸ್ತಗಿರಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅವರನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆತಂದಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅವರನ್ನು ಪೋಕ್ಸೋ ಆಕ್ಟ್ 21ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಜುವೆನೈಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ 23ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಪೀನಲ್ ಕೋಡ್ 201ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅವರನ್ನ ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಮುಂದಿನ ತನಿಖೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ.
Well, this was the statement made soon after the arrest of Rustam Kerawala. The point, however, to be noted here is that the commissioner said that Kerawala had been booked under Section 201 of the Indian Penal Code. But somewhere between the time of Reddy's announcement to the media and Kerawala's appearance before the magistrate, officials had diluted the case. And instead of slapping Section 201 of the IPC, Vartur police charged him under Section 202 of the IPC. Now, it seems like a blunder made by the police. Was it intentional? Was it not? We spoke to the Commissioner, M.N. Reddy, soon after this controversy. Here's what he had to say. He contradicted himself from the statement that he had made soon after the arrest. Take a look.
No, it was not like that. There was no booking earlier in 201 and changing it to 202. Both Section 201 and 202 were considered.
Okay.
And after taking legal opinion, it was felt that his role is attracted under the culpability under Section 202. Even 201 would have been a bailable offence. See, Matt, we work under a legal system. Okay?
Right.
The legal system, what it determines is that we have to file an FIR and then we have to start investigation. We have filed an FIR, arrested him and produced him before the jurisdictional magistrate. Whatever are the provisions of law under which his act is culpable, Those provisions have been shown against him. And the court, in its wisdom, takes a decision on releasing a person on bail or not. But when they do release a person on bail, they will take sufficient amount of guarantees and conditionalities, and it's a conditional bail. The person has to come and appear before the police station every alternate day, and he has to cooperate with the investigation, etc. Okay?
All right.
Now, the investigation is continuing. We see no problem in completing the investigation very soon.
Well, that was the Commissioner going ahead and stating that there was absolutely no mistake on the part of the police. We're now joined in by Senior Advocate Mr. K.V. Dhananjay. Mr. Dhananjay, first of all, with regards to this particular case, considering that Rustom Kerewala is the founder chairman, is there enough evidence to book him under Section 201?
Well, first of all, without coming to the facts of this particular case, I would say that it's rather strange that the police would arrest somebody and then take him before a court, but would not object when the court is willing to grant bail. Now, that seems actually rather rotten, because there is no requirement for the police to arrest, even in the most heinous of crimes. And if the police would arrest, that is simply because the police see a need for that man's interrogation, or that there is a likelihood that he will flee the jurisdiction, or that he could tamper with evidence. So therefore, the police will have to make up their mind on why they want to arrest anybody. And if they would arrest a person, they're always bound to oppose the grant of bail. But I don't think that happened in this case. So therefore, I'm rather wondering that there is something really rotten with the state of affairs with the Bangalore police. Either they should not have arrested him at all if they actually were happy with the being at large, or that the fact that they arrested means that they had a good reason to keep him in custody or to interrogate him. And why did they not object to the grant of bail? So that's actually $1 million question. And notwithstanding what the new police commissioner would say, there is something certainly rotten with the state of affairs of the Bangalore police.
Mr. Dhananjay, if I have to highlight what you have said, it is that the police can object to bail being given out?
Obviously, you see, why would the police arrest? It works like this. Let's say offences are bailable and non-bailable. Now, if an offence is bailable and the police arrest somebody, then the police will themselves grant bail.
Okay.
If an offence is non-bailable, then the police can't grant bail. The court alone may grant bail.
Okay.
So therefore, it comes down to why the police actually arrested a person in the first place. Now, why did the police arrest? And it is for the police to tell us why they did arrest. And I am assuming that they did arrest because, there are three reasons why the police would arrest any accused. First of all, if the police actually want to, interrogate that person in custody, number one. Number two, if they apprehend that the accused may tamper or manipulate evidence.
All right.
Number three is if there is a possibility that the accused will flee the jurisdiction. Now, in this case, it's reported that this individual was evading, interrogation. He was away and he was on some outside jurisdiction. So that's a very strong ground on the basis of which the police also have objected to the grant of bail. But news reports say that they did no such thing. They simply arrested and then gave him over to the court, and that man sought bail and the court granted him bail. In and of itself, this is clearly a pointer that something is terribly rotten with the state of our police. This is not done. If you arrest somebody, then you should oppose grant of bail, and the court would have then actually, sent that man to judicial custody or to police custody, and then the court would have taken its own time to decide whether the man deserves bail or not. So what has happened is incomprehensible. To any lawyer who knows anything about criminal law, these things are rather incomprehensible. They should not have arrested at all if they felt there was nothing really on this man to arrest. The fact that they did arrest would mean that they really had something, but they ought to have said that much to the court. And the fact that they didn't say means that, things are terribly wrong here.